Please turn your sound on to hear full explanations of our answers. Thank you. Question is, how does Forex currency trading work? And the answer to that, this is a very short answer, is that currencies float due to economic differences. Let me explain this right. You already have exposure to Forex trading if you've been overseas at any time. For example, say you live in the US and you go to Europe, then you'll buy euros, and you'll notice that euros, you don't always get the same number of euros for your dollar as every time. At different times you'll get a different amount of euros. And the reason is because you have all these closed economic systems around the world with their own currency. And every economy, economies don't grow at the same rate together. They don't even have the same interest rates. They have entirely different demographics. They have different levels of industry and agriculture and all these other different things. So economies are very fluid and very different from each other. And when that happens, then the currencies also change, because you can't always say that a dollar is going to be worth, if you compare something to the US economy, your dollar is not always going to buy the same amount of any other foreign currency, because these, relative to your country, to your home economy, these other economies are changing. They could be growing at a faster rate, or they could be growing at a slower rate. They could be shrinking. They could, like I said, they could even be shrinking and not even growing. All kinds of things happening, and so many things affect the economy too. So figures that come out affect the economy. World events, war, all kinds of things, disease, all kinds of things affect it. Oil, even terrorism. So many different things affect what goes on with world economies, and these in turn affect the Forex market. That's kind of what makes it really, really fascinating. How does it work? Well, you can go buy it from your local bank or bureau de change, and but you'll get ripped off. You'll get a really bad price. So the best way is to get an account with a brokerage. And these days it's so easy, because in the old days you had to do it all over the phone. These days everything is electronic. That also means you get really good prices, because it doesn't cost much for the broker to run its business. So and it's highly competitive too, so they can never charge you too much. Very easy. I recommend oanda.com is a really good starting broker, and you can always switch later if you wanted to. There's so many brokers. There are thousands of brokers available all over the world. So and you can trade real small to start off with too, so it's easy for anyone to get into. Anyway, look, I've barely touched the surface of Forex, to be honest with you, of currency trading. I just want to recommend a link to you before I go. If you look in the description box below, I put a link to a website, and it's by one of the best traders around, a guy called Vladimir. And he helps other people become good traders, right? And that's harder than you might think it is, right? Because if you're a good trader, you can potentially become a great trader. But so many people struggle to even become a good trader. Whether you're a complete beginner, or whether you've struggled for like 5 years, you've lost your account balance several times. There are many, many traders who struggle to become good traders, and the reason is that their worst enemy is actually themselves. They let their emotions get the better of them. And even if you think you're the most logical person around, even amongst your friends, believe me, as soon as you start trading money, your emotions are going to be really hard to keep in check. So please have a look at this link below, because if you want to be serious about Forex, if you're thinking, I can make some money out of this, I'm going to apply myself to this, I am going to be serious about this. It's not just going to be a hobby. This is going to be much more than a hobby. I really want some change for myself, and I'm going to do this by currency trading. Then you'll definitely want to look at what Vladimir has to say. So just click the link down below, check it out, see what you think. You be the judge, and I'll see you soon in another video. Take care.